Hey, good morning, everybody. Sawati Krap. It's, I don't know what time it is, about 1 p.m. on this Saturday morning. I'm heading over to O'Shea's. I wanted to go over for breakfast. I think that's my bike. It says the Moto Guzzi. But yeah, now I'm heading over for lunch. I don't know what those are, kites? I'm heading into that Japanese bakery right next to the Royal Oak here on Soi 33.5. O'Shea's, Royal Oak, some of my favorite spots, and I probably shouldn't be eating a ton of these sweetbreads and all, but this Japanese bakery, outstanding. And they have it's kind of like a Hawaiian roll, those Hawaiian sweet rolls, but with a little bit of salt sprinkled on it. So I'm gonna check it out. It's Custard Nakamura. Oftentimes there's just a line of people waiting to get in here. You have sandwiches and all kinds of nice breads. 72 baht for a walnut bread, walnut and raisin. Milk Danish, 37 baht. And then they have a cold counter back there for cheesecakes and different items. Well, hey, it's a little bit later. We walked into O'Shea's and ran into a couple of friends. I forgot to film, and I don't like to film every time I'm around my buddies. They'll probably get sick of me pretty quick. So yeah, it was a nice day. It's about 88 degrees, 11 p.m. now. And I'm not sure where I'm heading, just a little stir crazy in the condo. So I'm walking out, probably some food's involved. We'll head on down the way. I put out a couple of feelers about 15 minutes ago if anybody wanted to head in one direction or another, and I haven't heard back. So I think I'm gonna walk up Soi 22 and see if anybody chimes in. And as you can see, traffic on Sukhumvit's moving right along. This is the time to jump in a tuk-tuk or a cab. Even 10 o'clock, sometimes it's busy, but generally 11, midnight, yeah, you can get around town fairly easy. And cabs are cheap. Grab, Bolt, whatever you want to do. And I made a comment the other day. I jumped in a tuk-tuk, and it was kind of your standard touristy offer up in Seoul. The guy says, hey, 50 baht, I'll drive you around for an hour. You know that's not going to happen. For 50 baht, he wants to take you to his brother's jewelry store and on and on. And I knew that, so I told the guy, look, I'm going from here to there. Give me a chance to film a little video. I'll give you 150 baht. And he's like, yeah, okay. I know that's a little extra. You could do it on a, what do you call it, motorbike for 50 baht. But riding around in those tuk-tuks cost a little bit more. Plus, it's fun. So I said in the video, I don't mind paying the guy a little bit extra, and this person left a comment saying, no, he's ripping you off, it's thievery, all that kind of thing. And I don't know, I don't really feel that way. I said, I'm just kind of helping the guy out, and another person left a comment, yeah, it's kind of like leaving a tip. And I'm not telling anybody how to spend their money, but if 50 extra baht is going to break you, that's probably an issue, one. And second, a lot of us, well, I won't generalize, but many people living here in Thailand are living on a Western salary or a Western pension, which might be 5 times more than a lot of people are earning, just trying to earn a living here in Bangkok. So I really don't mind, personally, spending $1 or $2 extra, especially on a cross-town cab ride, which might take 30, 40 minutes. Yeah, that person's out of service, and I'm not going to really argue if he's asking for $6 US as opposed to the meter rate of $4.72. Not really a problem to me, but that will be a personal decision. Many of these cabs, when they see a Western person walking up, are going to automatically have a broken meter and probably shoot high. They might say something crazy like, I don't know, 500 baht to get from Asok to Ekamai. Nah, that's a little nuts, but 200 baht is not totally out of line. Sure, if the meter's on, maybe it'll be 111 baht. Or maybe you can call Bolt and get 140. Bolt and Grab, it's not cheaper than a cab with the meter on. It's just more convenient, no arguing, you know what the fare is, take it or leave it. So I personally just kind of look at these cabs. I know what the fare is, so maybe that's a little bit unfair to a first-time visitor. But if I know the fare is about, whatever, I'll make it up, 160 baht in a cab with the meter on, 9 out of 10 times at midnight, 1 a.m., when I just want to get home and there is a cab moving, that's kind of the key to it. I'll flag him down if he had his light on, open the door, and then I'll just automatically say, hey, take me up to XYZ, 200 baht, and he'll wave his head yes, and off we go. Or I can sit there and wait for a Grab or Bolt, and a lot of times they'll cancel on you. You'll order a car, it'll say 12 minutes away, 10 minutes goes by, they cancel, they just get a better offer, probably a better cash deal. The one thing I will tell you to be a little bit careful of is I'm standing in front of the, what is this, the Emporium Mall, and these cabs that are parked, they are a little bit more hardcore than flagging down like across the way, that moving cab with its light on. Yeah, flag him down and you're gonna get a little bit better deal. These guys that are parked, they're a little bit more known for shooting high, and if you don't accept the 400 baht offer, all right, see you later. Or you might even say, I want to go from here to the Grand Palace, and if it happens to be a busy afternoon, they're just going to say no. That's not uncommon with cabs in Bangkok. If they don't want to go where you're going because of traffic or rain and flooding, they'll just say no. Now, is that illegal, or should I report him to the Bangkok Taxi Authority, on and on? Yeah, maybe, but you know, I'm a visitor here. This isn't my country. So it's a supply and demand thing. I'm not one of these guys that's going to write down his taxi number and wave my finger at him. If the guy doesn't want to take me where I'm going, there are plenty of taxis that will. And that is where Grab and Bolt come in. Everybody's on the same page. You're going from here to there for 192 baht. If you want to leave an extra 20 baht tip, that's up to you. Now, as I'm saying that, a tuk-tuk just pulled up and said, hey man, where you going? You going down to Cowboy? I'll take you for 40 baht. He's heading down that way anyhow to park and get a higher price fare heading home. So yeah, 40 baht is better than zero, but I'm not going down to Cowboy. I'm just going up the way here to the left, Soi 22. So I didn't take him up on his offer, but sometimes you'll get lucky. And at the new, what is that, M-Sphere Mall, you'll find this nightclub, and oh, the name's escaping me. They have a pool, that's a shallow pool, but hanging off the side of the building there. And even right now, there's probably people splashing around in the pool, and then there's probably people in cocktail dresses and suits out on the dance floor. And that's the mall there off to the left. Up top, UOB Live. UOB is a bank here in town, and that's a concert venue up on the very top. IKEA below, and then 3 floors of shopping, and there must be 200 places to eat in there. And Benja Kitty Park, I'm sorry, Benja Siri Park. Benja Kitty's up in the Asok area. This is a little 11-acre park right in the heart of Bangkok in Prompong area. Nice little jogging trail. It's closed up, closes at 10 p.m. I want to say it opens at 4:30 in the morning. Motorbikes are a little tricky, well, to me anyhow. You'll see tons of motorbikes sitting at the top of the sois. 99% of those guys want to stick to that soi. Let's say it's the top of 22. It's 10 baht to go halfway down the soi, 20 baht to go all the way to Rama 4. If you ask that guy, hey, take me to Terminal 21, he might give you a little bit of a high rate. Let's say Grab. I think the minimum charge under 1 kilometer, or maybe a kilometer and a half, is 38 baht. So from my condo to over here across the way is the Robin Hood and O'Shea's. It's always 38 baht, and it's a very quick ride. I don't tip on that. It's just, it is what it is. Just a quick 5-minute ride, 38 baht. if I were to grab a motorbike down at the taxi stand by my condo, maybe I can work something out with those guys because I know most of them. But they're not going to be super happy leaving their post for 38 baht. They'll probably quote 100 baht and then, okay, I'll take 80 baht. And again, I'm making up these numbers, but you're kind of taking that guy away from his little designated area. As a matter of fact, when a motorbike picks you up at the top here on Sukhumvit on, say, Soi 26, and takes you all the way down Rama 4 to the Big C, he doesn't get in that line and wait for a customer going in the other direction. He just turns around and deadheads it back up to his stand. The guys hanging out on Rama 4, they'll do the same thing when they bring somebody up to the BTS. So for motorbikes, 100% of the time, I use Grab or Bolt. I've recently heard you can add your credit card to Bolt. When I first put Bolt on a number of years ago, whatever that was, 6, it was cash only. And now I hear you can put a U.S. credit card. I've always had my U.S. credit card attached to Grab for food and transportation. And I believe I get 3 times the points on my credit card for food. And it considers Grab food as a restaurant. You also see people riding 2 people on the back of a bike. I'm not really sure. I've only did that once, and I think he still hit me up for the whatever it was, 10 baht halfway up a soy. I think he said, okay, 20 baht, you know, 2 people on this one bike. I guess it's just more a arriving together kind of thing. But today, my friend and I, we were over here at O'Shea's, and we just got 2 motorbikes. Now, she likes to sit, she's female, wearing a little skirt, so she likes to sit side saddle anyhow. She doesn't want to be stuck in the middle of that bike and have me squishing her up. So, yeah, just get 2 bikes if you're 2 people. And there's the relatively new walkway coming down from BTS Phrom Phong, connecting the new M-Sphere Mall. This M-Sphere has been a big hit. It connects the Emporium Mall, M Quartier, and now the M-Sphere, making the M District. One very rich lady owns all these malls. I think she might also own Siam Paragon, I'm not sure. And I'm not positive if she owns all of these 3. I don't know. I've just heard rumor around town. I did a video on Antonia, Miss Thailand. She came runner-up in the Miss World Championship, something like that, when this mall opened on the first day. And I happened to catch her and the lady who owns the mall up touring the top of the UOB Live. There's a nice car collection up there as well, Porsches and just vintage cars. And it's what, about 11:20, the mall. There's still people milling about in there. I think it closes at 10 p.m., but a lot of the restaurants stay open till midnight, I think. And IKEA, this is how we say hello in Swedish. When you're walking through the IKEA, you'll hear the loudspeaker, welcome to IKEA. And there's the name, it's the Tribe Sky Beach Club. Pool party every Saturday and Sunday, 11 a.m. till late. And I'm not sure where Shake Shack is from. I know we got one in San Diego about 10 years ago. Is it down south? I had it in Texas maybe 25 years ago. But if you're into Shake Shack, you'll find it here at the M-Sphere. I believe there's also a Shake Shack. In fact, I know there is, up at Central World. Johnny, there's something happening. Terrific channel. He went into that Shake Shack when it first opened years ago. And of course, this is a big city with all kinds of big city crime, but very, very safe. With that being said, for the population, you'll just see all kinds of single ladies out walking home from work, 1 in the morning, not a care in the world, not a concern. There's no band of hooligans hanging out in the park, none of that. There's the El Toro Steakhouse, Argentinian, Brazilian cuts. This is what I'm talking about at the top of Soi 22. You have a long line of motorbikes, but they really just want to go down 22. They don't want to take it on Newt or anything like that. Now, if things are slow and they change their mind, they'll open their Grab or Bolt app and accept that ride, come pick you up at one condo and drop you off at XYZ bar. But trying to cut that deal at the top of a motorbike stand, that's a little trickier. Or just pay top dollar. And please don't be in a super hurry to rush on over here and rent a motorbike, jump on a motorbike, get a feel for the roads. sit on the back of these motor taxis, then decide if you want to deal with driving in this traffic. I just said earlier up the road that there's no traffic on Sukhumvit. As you get down here closer towards Cowboy, there's traffic down here 24 hours a day. Bikes going the wrong way, all kinds of interesting things. I don't know what this bus is doing, but he's trying to push a car out of the way, it appears. So yeah, you need to really bring your patience to drive around in this area. If you're just going to sit there the second the light turns green and take off, you're probably going to have some near collisions at every light. It's light turns red and 5 more cars go kind of thing. If that's going to be upsetting to you, well then this isn't the place for you to drive. A bunch of little beer bars at the top of 22 here. There's the Country Bar, Infinity, Angel Bar. And then right on the right there is the Auto Bar. If you're into heavy metal, great cover band in there. Also be careful in these crosswalks. You see the countdown, 15 seconds till it turns green. If it turns green and you step right out, you might get whacked by a motorbike. Just be extra careful. Yeah, that guy's great. I heard rumor, I think it's true, that he was the runner-up of the Voice of Thailand TV show contest. Just next to Otto, there's the Indian Grill. I've ate there, I don't know, 3 times. Really good Indian food. And there's a pretty nice Mercedes. I've commented on the traffic around Bangkok before, and somebody might leave a comment saying, it's horrible, there's no rules, no nothing. I disagree. It's kind of an organized chaos. As you can hear, there's very little honking. A lot of these people, yeah, see, they're making right and left turns on the green, but on the other side, they're going straight on the red. You can see it up there. It turns green in 81 seconds. That's all organized. Just take your right turn and keep it to the right lane because somebody's running the red light in the other lane. And that's just how it is. They'll be running the red light down the street somewhere, and everybody gets to where they're going in one piece. And 100% of the time, you're going to see motorbikes going the wrong way. Just to save a little bit of time, they're going from one end of the block to the other, and rather than go down 4 blocks and make a U-turn and do all that, they'll just go the wrong way, or they'll just go up the sidewalk. So just keep your head on a swivel. And looking down 22, bunch of little beer bars on the right, and then that large structure on the left is the parking lot for the M-Sphere. If you continue down the way, there's a bunch of bars on both sides of the street. Macro grocery store. One of my favorite bars down the way, just a 5-minute walk, the Hangover down on the left. And then all kinds of little crazy sight-soys to go exploring. There's 100 little beer bars tucked away down there. Then, when you continue on, you'll find the, I'll call it a 5-star hotel, the Marriott Marquis. Many air crews stay in there for good reason. We're nowhere near Suvarnabhumi, I don't know, 25 miles away? 20 maybe, I don't know. But they don't stay by the hotel. They stay down here in this area for a reason. It's just a great vibe to the city. And I stopped in at Buddy's Bar and Grill here at the top of Soi 22. You'll find a location down, by Soi 20, Soi 8, Soi 85. I think there's one in Siloam. Buddy's, it's kind of a oil worker, gas worker bar. All kinds of, those guys used to hang out back in the day. Hey, thank you very much. And I just ordered up a chili dog. I haven't had a chili dog in a couple of 2 or 3 years. And my buddy told me the chili is pretty darn good here. I think it's homemade. So yeah, time for a chili dog at 11:45. That's probably not what I need to do, but that's what's happening. And there's the drill bit. Pick it up with one hand, get a free beer. No backpacking, bit leaning, straight lift only. And I'm not sure what that thing weighs, but it's crazy heavy. I don't know anything about drilling, but I assume it's made out of titanium or some crazy heavy metal. Now, if you're a meat eater, I know Buddy's has a barbecue the last Friday of the month. Something like 7:30 till 10 or something like that. Just look it up or swing by and ask. It's pretty reasonable. I think it's a 350 baht, all you can eat. They have prime roast, links, all kinds of fixins, the chili, yeah, all kinds of things. So check out the food's good here all the time, but that once a month barbecue, last Friday of the month, I think it's only at this location on Soy 22. The Holiday Inn right there is your landmark. Now this bar and probably 99% of bars around town are just using a laptop and playing Spotify or YouTube as the jukebox. So like right now they're playing the theme from Titanic. I'm sure it's the bartenders just playing that. It's beautiful music. But if you're drinking well and eating well, don't be afraid to ask to put on Johnny Cash or whatever it is you want to hear. Yeah, don't play 100 songs in a row. Give somebody else a chance, but it's real easy to change the music. There we go. There's my chili dog. Again, this might be a mistake. I'm throwing that jalapenos and onion on there for sure. It is going on 12 midnight, but hey, I'm a night owl. So I gotta say that was about the best chili dog I've had in a long time. Not a huge chili dog guy, but nice crunchy snap. It's more like a sausage, but really good. Good chili. Again, if you're a meat eater, kind of, oh, I know that guy right there across on the street. Forget his name, but as big as this city is, you see the same people over and over. But that chili had little chunks of probably leftover steaks from yesterday. I don't know, but chili con carne, really good. Midnight chili dogs, cold beers, little Sinatra on the jukebox. What's not to like? And I personally don't use snuff, dip, whatever you want to call it, but I know they have it available here for sale. You can't find it in the 7-Eleven that I know of, but snuff, whatever you want to call it, snooze, again, I'm not an expert. I know this location at least has it. I've been sitting at the bar where people come in and buy a couple of tins, don't even have a beer. They just come in for the dip, and that's cool. I assume it's at the other buddy locations. Not 100% certain. But if you're moving to the area, yeah, don't worry about bringing 100 cans of dip. It's here. I think it's a European brand, but then again, if you're moving to Bangkok, you're going to have to adjust on a couple of things. Now, I did get a chili dog tonight, but most of the time when I come in here, I get Thai food. They're pad Thai with chicken. It's amazing. Pad Krapao is really good. Oh, they also have a really good pork steak. They call it a pork steak. It's a pork chop with gravy and mushroom gravy. Really good, affordable rate. The young ladies working here in the bar, I'm sure they can get a free meal, or they're not going to go hungry. They still run out when the traditional street food guy pulls up and get the different specialty dishes for a low rate, 60 baht, whatever it is. Me, I love street food as much as the next guy, but yeah, I'm all about just hanging out in these more affordable little restaurants and pubs and all. Maybe that's an expat thing, but you might be the same. Moving over here, you're not just going to eat this street food every single day. Unless you grew up on it, to me anyhow, it gets a little bit boring. Sometimes a man just wants a chili dog. Maybe if I knew what I was doing. Now, taco carts in Tijuana, Baja, Mexico, whatever, yeah, I'll eat that all day, every day, as opposed to going into a fancier Mexican restaurant. But I just don't really know what I'm getting into with a lot of the street food. If it's a chicken and rice stand and there's a long line, I'll get right in that line along with them. But most of the time, I'm eating my Thai food, paying a little bit more, but getting a kind of a double portion in one of these little restaurants. Still super affordable, no complaints. So a few of my buddies checked in. One of them ended up at a hip-hop club up in Ekamai, and that's a big no for me. And another one is heading over to Cowboy, to the Dollhouse, and partying with a couple of guys from London. Yeah, I'm not getting in a drinking contest with anybody from London and Cowboy tonight. Well, looks like my other buddy's missing in action. So I'm just hanging out at Buddy's tonight. We're going on 12:20. Beautiful, cool, windy evening. Again, it's probably 85, 88 degrees, but it feels great. A lot of tourists hanging out in this area. Their buddies are walking by. Calling them over for a cocktail. You meet some interesting people hanging out in pubs over here in Bangkok. This particular bar, Buddies, I've been in here, I don't know, a couple of dozen times over the years, and every time I come in here around happy hour, the head chef of the Sheraton over on the Chao Phraya River, really nice guy. Shoot, I forget his name. I'm terrible with names, but really nice person. And we've shared a couple of beers in here and different punk rock music. We're into the same kind of bands. So yeah, we'll get a little Offspring going or Social Distortion. Again, nice person. He just happens to live down this Soi 22, and this is his go-to spot to wind down after work. I remember finding that book, Kitchen Confidential, Anthony Bourdain's book, at a thrift store somewhere. And yeah, it was a pretty amazing read. And my buddy Jeff and I, we'd always trade stories. We were always living in different parts of the country, but Anthony Bourdain always came up. The latest TV show of his, I was really bummed out when he took his life. Yeah, that guy was a world-class traveler. He did at least 2 or 3 videos that I remember from Bangkok. Kind of inspired me to get out and take a look at places. And I really want to take a moment to thank everybody who's subscribed to my channel. I'm looking at the analytics right now. I'm at 9,992 subscribers. So this video will probably come out in a couple of weeks. I make them, edit them, and put them out. And usually I'm running about 2 weeks ahead. Right now, for the past year or more, I've been putting out a video every day. So I can't do that every day. I'll have 5 done at a time, and I'm caught up for a week, that kind of thing. So hopefully by the time this comes out, I won't have gone in reverse and I'm over 10,000. Again, I'm just having a little fun making these videos, keeping myself busy. And yeah, it's just a fun little project, but I really appreciate everybody that's watching. And if you haven't taken the time to subscribe, it doesn't cost anything. You don't have to turn that notification bell on. I know in the case of my channel, I'll be a bit of a pain because you'll be getting a notification every day. But if you subscribe, when you log on to YouTube, it might say, hey, Joe's put out a video, so check it out. And I'd appreciate that. Said it in other videos, if you're rolling into town, just shoot me a comment. I don't list my email. I just don't. You get some weird people on the internet, but shoot me a comment if you're coming into town. Hey, I watch your videos. Maybe let's catch up for a beer or whatever it is. You don't have to drink, but if you just want to catch up at my Irish bar I hang out at, or just my different spots around town. Stella's my go-to spot. Again, I'll say most of the people I run into over here, yeah, they're having a cocktail and having a good time at Stella's or whatnot. But just leave me a comment. If I'm in town, I'll do everything I can to come over and say hello. Again, I'm appreciative to everybody that supports my little channel. And yeah, I'm just hanging out anyhow, so come join us. I've met some probably going to be lifelong friends through this silly little channel. And I'm glad to meet anybody that wants to roll into town and talk a little Bangkok. I also try to answer any comment anybody leaves. Now, sometimes YouTube gets a little crazy and it doesn't show me all the comments, especially when, how do I put it? It's a thread. So if you ask me a question and I answer, and then you ask me a second question replying to my answer, 50% of the time, YouTube does not show it to me for whatever reason. So just send me a fresh comment. And again, I do my best to answer any questions or at least say hello. If somebody says I enjoyed the video, it's the least I can do. Now, I'll see some YouTubers, large YouTubers, let's say 50,000 subscribers, 100,000, whatever. And you'll see in the comments, somebody will ask a question and then the next comment will be, he doesn't bother answering the comments. Well, my little channel, I probably get 20 comments a day. So I can only imagine what Chris, Retired Working For You, or CB Media, these guys, they must get 300 comments a day. I mean, he would be answering comments for hours, even if that was just, they do have these programs where you can just send a, hey, thanks for watching. But even that takes time. But to answer specific questions, I do my best. And I take, I don't know, a half hour a day answering comments on what do you think is a nice hotel in the Soi 22 area. Yeah, it takes me 2 minutes to answer, so I do my best. But if you're looking for an answer to a response of my answer, do a fresh comment. I'm not ignoring the second question, just YouTube doesn't show it to me sometimes. Maybe 2 weeks later, it'll come through and I feel bad. Oh, you know, I didn't answer that second question, but I never saw the your second comment. So I kind of felt like hanging out tonight. I ended up having 4 beers. It's a little after 1 in the morning. Had a chili dog, came with coleslaw, fries, really nice meal, and 4 beers, $605 plus 100 baht tip, so that's 700 baht is $18.91. Call it $19. So there you go. Not every meal over here in Thailand is going to be a $2 chicken and rice. If, you know, you have Western taste like a lot of us expats do. I love my Thai food, and I'll probably eat it 50% of the time, but just factor in a little bit more expensive Western meals. Not that I'm really considering $19 expensive. I think these days, just a McDonald's run, triple sizing everything, is close to 15 bucks. So, I don't know, 19 bucks, 4 beers and a meal. And I could have got a lot of things besides the chili dog. Maybe for 21 or 22 bucks, we could have made that a steak dinner or a burger dinner. Yeah, so 20 bucks, 15 bucks is not uncommon to, let's call it 3 beers and a meal. Again, factor that in when you're trying to do your calculations on what it costs to live here in Bangkok. I mean, Pattaya, things are a little bit different. These beers are 60 baht oftentimes. Now this is a kind of a cheap place. I think Buddy's, a bottle of San Miguel, I think is 90 baht all day long, but I was paying 140 baht for that same San Miguel last night to watch a band at the Green Room Bar over in Nana. So whenever there's music, there's never a cover charge, but the price of the beer just went up 40, 60 baht. And this man on the bicycle, that is the Thai lottery. They have the tickets printed out. I don't know how much it costs, but you just look at the tickets, look at the numbers, and make your choices. There's no machine at the 7-Eleven. It's pre-printed tickets. So thank you so much for watching. There'll be more videos to come. I'm going to finish up this beer and then make the, whatever it is, 3/4 of a kilometer walk home. Maybe it's 1. I don't know. After that chili dog, I need a little exercise. Again, thanks for watching. We'll see you later.